Hey guys, hey, and welcome back to my channel. And today's topic of conversation is the word coon and Uncle Tom and how white people really shouldn't be saying that shit.
I feel strange.
So at the risk of sounding like an SJW, I really do not think white people should be using the word Uncle Tom and coon because it is extremely hypocritical, and the reason in a way they've been using it. It's quite funny to me how so many white ally, lefty, liberals, progressives, they like stand in these platforms that I'm for minority groups and I'm so intersectional and all black and brown people and I want to help them all. But as soon as like a black or brown person says something that they don't like, they are quick to drop all that progressiveness and call you Uncle Tom or Coon. Not that long ago, Chelsea Handler, which I like Chelsea Handler, but hey girl, hey, you need to like cool it. She called Stacey Dash a black supremacist, which is not Uncle Tom or Coon, but is very equivalent of. And look, I'm not a fan of Stacey Dash, but the fact that Chelsea Handler called Stacey Dash those things because she, as a black woman, wasn't saying what she expects a black woman to say as a white woman. As a white woman, you're not saying what I think you should say as a black person. So you're a black supremacist, and it's the same way that a lot of white people, and black people use it the same way. But I feel like this is a little bit different with black people. When white people say it, I think it's very hypocritical. Because like I was watching Petty Politics video on YouTube, and she's another black girl here, and she's a lot more conservative to me than me, and so she's been called Uncle Tom and Coon because of those reasons. And she was having a conversation or a debate with this other, I don't know if he's a YouTuber, but he's on Twitter, Omni Politics. He considers himself a progressive, a lefty, a liberal, a white ally, and he stands for like, I support black and brown people and I support minorities. But here he is on Twitter calling black people coons and Uncle Toms. And she was sort of having a conversation with him, sort of going like, well, what makes someone an Uncle Tom? And he was sort of explaining like, this is what makes an Uncle Tom and this is what makes somebody a coon. He was basically saying like, well, if you're black conservative, then you have to be an Uncle Tom. If you don't believe you're a victim, if you don't believe that there is oppression, then you have to be an Uncle Tom. If you don't believe that all white people are racist and you're under the oppression of white supremacy, then you gotta be an Uncle Tom.
It's about this fakeness about how you feel about people. So say, you defend minorities, you believe that, you believe that minorities need assistance, you defend minorities, you strongly, believe a certain way, in some sort of positive social justice-y kind of way. When you turn around and your reaction to these same people is calling them, racial slurs, to me that's a form of virtue signaling. It's a kind of covert racism that's just fake. When you say things that indicate that you are so pro minorities, you're so pro, the helping of minority, you believe in systemic racism, all this kind of stuff, and the next thing you do is call someone an Uncle Tom for questioning you, that's the virtue, that's the fakeness behind your beliefs.
Their little token people can't stand for whatever fucked up beliefs they try to push. But no, I don't call black people N-words. I don't
You already messed up. You did it. You already messed up. Calling people tokens, man. What you believe about minorities is your own personal opinion. Okay, that is what you believe is your own personal stereotype of what a minority's opinion is supposed to be. That's what Uncle Tom means.
It's kind of funny how unself-aware a lot of progressives are. He was basically saying like, as a white man, I don't approve of how you are acting as a black person. So you're an Uncle Tom, or you're a coon. There was a girl on Twitter who was like, people were basically going on and on about how shitty racist people are, like how how racist America is, how bad black people got it, and all these things. And she was like, look, I don't know about you guys, but being black is lit, being black is good, I love being black. And he actually made fun of her. And Patty Politics asked him, like, why is that a bad thing? He was like, well, if you're black and you think it's good to be black, if you're black and you think your life is good, then you gotta be Uncle Tom. Then you don't know what you're talking about. A white man telling a black girl that she shouldn't feel great about being black. that her life shouldn't be grand, that her life shouldn't be good, that she shouldn't be happy about her life because she's black. And everyone knows black people are oppressed and they're victims and they're downtrodden and they are miserable and they're so sad. Like, everybody knows that. So if you're a black person going like, being black is lit, I love being black, black is good, then you're an Uncle Tom, because obviously everyone knows that's not true. Everybody knows black people aren't happy, and everybody knows being black is really shitty. Like, if I was black, I would definitely want to be white, because being black is crap.
So, also, why did you send a burning cross to a black girl, though?
Because I thought her comment was really dumb and the tweet was pretty funny.
But you didn't think sending a burning cross would, like, be misconstrued as racist?
I mean, if you want to call it racist, sure. But I mean, she made a really dumb comment. I thought it was pretty relevant. Like,
you don't think tweeting a KKK burning cross to a black girl is not racist?
So we were having a conversation on something about black pride or something. I don't remember. It was something having to do with that. And she started to make all these comments about how being black was really fucking awesome and it was really good and all this shit. And it, like, the way that she was saying it was just very bizarre, because typically black people in America face problems that are very unique to black people. So when she starts saying like, oh, what do you mean? Like, black is awesome. Like, being black in America is so good, blah, blah, blah. I was like, and she said like, oh no, dude, being black is lit as fuck. That seems like kind of a strange statement to make when we're talking about American black issues. So it's lit, you say? Like, as in, like, the a KKK tweet is pretty fucking relevant?
But she wasn't talking about black issues. She was talking about her blackness. She was just talking about her blackness.
Well, you know what? It's not my problem how other people interpret my message, I guess. I was very clear on what I said. Maybe she should have come to me and she should have talked to me specifically about what I meant. I can't help it if she interpreted my message incorrectly. And I think my tweet was valid. Somebody saying that being black is lit is a pretty strange statement to make when people literally fucking set black people on fire in the United States. It's pretty fucked up. And I thought it was a relevant tweet. And
you don't think it's fucked up to send a burning cross to her just because she's affirming her blackness? You don't think sending a burning cross, which has KKK connotations, to a black person?
No, it's relevant to the conversation. Being black is lit. Okay. Like, lit, like all when you're in the 50s and 60s being lit on fire. Like, it's a relevant, it's edgy, but it's a relevant joke. But I'm not, what do you think? I'm telling her to go and get burned on a cross? Like, what do you think the implication is here? That I want her to die?
Let me just get this right. Uncle Tom is not a racial slur, and sending a burning cross to a black woman is not racist.
I mean, those are your views too, aren't they? Those are your views too, right?
And I feel like this is a lot with celebrities, with politicians, with people on social media. A lot of white allies who call themselves allies to the black community are all there if, as long as those black people are saying and going with the rhetoric that they believe is true. But as soon as a black person says something a little bit different, that white ally quickly turns to that black person and go, Uncle Tom, Coon. So I just think it's really, really hypocritical, and I really don't think like that should ever be coming out of their mouth. I don't like that word, period, and I think when black people use it, they kind of use it in the same way, but I think it feels a bit differently, and I actually feel very sad for black people who call other black people those names, because it's like, wow, you're really missing the point, and it's actually detrimental to yourself. You're basically saying that black people are not allowed to be individual thinkers or critical thinkers and think of their own, that they have to be a part of this tribe mind, tribalism mentality. If they steer off of that, then they're Uncle Tom if they're a Coon. I actually think that's very detrimental to yourself, and if you're like want to have children someday, or if you have kids, you're basically teaching your kids that they're not allowed to be free thinkers, they're not allowed to think for themselves, they're not allowed to have an opposite point of view than other people of your skin color, and I think that's actually very detrimental to yourself and for the community. So when black people say it doesn't really bother me that much, because I actually feel really bad for you, because I see like it's more of a reflection on who you are, because wow, like, how dare you as a black person not follow along with everybody else. It's like, I'm an individual, like I just say what I want to fucking say. Not to sound like a complete bitch, but honestly I feel like one of the reasons why black people do it, I honestly believe they believe what they're saying. Like, if you don't believe these things, then obviously you're Uncle Tom. I think if a black person has libertarian or even conservative or just opposite views as all the black people they're surrounded by, that somehow they're pandering to the white community or something like that. But another part of it, I think, is because if there are black people that are uplifting themselves and the situations that they're in and not using it as an excuse, then it makes them look in the mirror. It reflects poorly on them. If they can go around and say like, hey, I was born in poverty, or I was born in low income, or I come from a generation of poverty or low income families, or I come from a generation of fatherless homes, and it's That's the reason why my life is the way it is, and it's white people's fault because we live in an institutionalized society of racism or whatever. But there's other black people that says, hey, I honestly went through the exact same thing, and I still went to college, I started a business, I travel, or my life is good, or whatever. Then it makes people go, well, if they did it, then why can't you do it? And so I feel like it's just more of a self-reflection. Like, don't you dare act like I can do the same things, you know, like. And so that's why I said before that I feel like it's actually kind of sad when black people use it, because I feel like it's more, it kind of just says something about you and less about the other person. Anyway, the sun is going away, so I'm going to make this quick. I just think that those words need to go away. I am going to make another video about this because, like, the fact of the matter is like, Democrats have a very, very long-rooted, seated history in slavery and racism and segregation and the actual oppression of black people. I know we all believe that somehow the Democrats has changed their stripes. I don't actually think they changed their stripes that much. I don't think they care that much about black people. And it's funny how, like, with a lot of these white Democrats, if a black person gets out of line, how they immediately shame them. Sounds a bit suspicious to me. Sounds like you want all the other black liberals and all the other black Democrats to stay very good house niggas, and if they step out of line, you're gonna shame them. If they don't say what you want to say, then you're gonna make sure that they get exiled from the rest of the black community. It's very, very suspicious to me. I mean, just think about it for a second. How inspiring is the word victim? How uplifting is the word oppression? Does that inspire you? Does that uplift you? To constantly be told that you're a victim, to constantly be told that you're oppressed. You have to wonder, why are liberals so hell-bent to making sure every black and brown person commits to those beliefs? Why are they so hell-bent to making sure every minority accepts that reality and accepts that label upon themselves? And as soon as one black person says, no, I'm not oppressed, and no, I'm not a victim, then they're quick to call them an Uncle Tom or a Coon. Why? Why do they want any individual thinkers? Why do they all want us to think one way and all believe this one reality? I'm just saying, like, it's quite suspicious to me. And I'm not saying, like, that's how progressives themselves think. I just feel like they're not self-aware and they're hypocritical. But I'm talking about the Democratic Party as a whole, the Liberal Party as a whole, and like these celebrities who sort of like wave the flags for them, like Chelsea Handler. Like, why? Why does that bother you so much when there's a black person that thinks a little bit differently? Why does that get you right here? I don't know. Just question. Ask yourself that. Anyway, that's it. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, please put in a comment in the comment section below. Sorry this video seemed a little bit erratic because it was kind of spur of the moment. So yeah, if you want to continue to have these conversations, please subscribe, and if you subscribe, hit that bell so you get the notifications when I do upload, and share this video as well, because like I feel like YouTube is like choking my channel, which means like it's just I'm not getting spread out because of what I'm talking about, and I'm a new channel. So share it, get it out there. As well as my Twitter and my PayPal link are in the comment in the description box below. You can follow me. If you want to donate, you can donate, or if not, you can just subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys, and until next time, peace.
Questioning your sanity won't make a difference, kid.